Uh, Hi. So I'm Yoshida from the Takashi Ikegami laboratory at the University of Tokyo. Today's topic is humanoid robot named Otter-3. And I think many people have already seen this robot because we exhibited this one in a live conference in 2018 in Tokyo. Also, he's right there, the entrance hall of this building. So if you have not seen this one, please go there and talk with him. We conducted the demonstration there. So, but what I want to talk here is a different topic. So, and Otter-3 can do many things. We use this humanoid robot for studying how life and mind emerge in robots. In this case, we conducted experiments of mimicking and imitation. This is a spec of Otter-3. He has 43 axes in its body and moved by the air actuator. And there is also the cameras in both eyes. Please refer my paper if you want to know more about this spec. And this is a movie of mimicking experiments. So Otter reproduces the movement and he detects the joint angle of the human and he reproduces this motion. And if Otter cannot imitate well, human start mimicking. So that is interesting point. Actually, this study is already published before I joined my laboratory. And so if you want to see, please this paper. In this experiment, Otter-3 estimates the body key point of human using open pose like this one, and he calculates the joint angle and convert it to 43-dimensional vector that is a motor command. In this figure, I raise my left hand, and Otter-3 also raise his right hand, and this part is the mimicking. And what humanoid did in that movie is mimicking. According to Thomas's definition, mimicking is the reproduction of behavior on the sensory motor level. So Otter-3 detects just the joint angle of human, so he do not know about what he's doing. This is a research question. So does Otter-3 understand what he is doing? Just I said he just detects the joint angle, so he did not understand. So, but what is understanding? So one interpretation of understanding is ability to symbolize. So if we can make the system to recognize the motion as a symbol, we can say humanoid understand its own motion. So we go back to the Thomas's theory again. Thomas say imitation is the reproduction of what is a production of the intentional behavior. So this is what I want to do with humanoid. In imitation, humanoid detects the behavior as a symbol. For example, like this is a raising right hand. Also, this is a raising right hand, but we can detect as a symbol. So, so this is imitation. So, but how to implement this one to Otter-3? And we use the VAE, that is variational autoencoder. VAE can compress the information into latent space. The motion data is categorized in latent space, so we can use it for the imitation system. Yes, this is a belief architecture of VAE. And this VAE gets a 43-dimensional vector as the input and encode it to the label and latent space. This label is corresponded to the pose categories. And in decoder, the point in the latent space is transformed to 43-dimensional vectors. That is a motor command. And after training, this is a latent space. So there's 6 categories. and each category corresponded to like a basic symbolic motion, like left hands up and right hands up. Yeah. Yes. And I trained VA using 100,000 data points of motion. This data set was collected from public mimicking experiment. So in this case, humanoid gets the ability of imitation from mimicking. This is a belief architecture of imitation and mimicking system. When the reliability of symbolized motion is high, humanoid use imitation path with this path. And otherwise, he switching here and use the mimicking path. And what we want to know in these experiments is how does ALIFE2023 update its understanding of motion through communication. So we retrained VAE series 5 phases. Many people come and communicate with author and retrained VAE using the collected data in each phase. To do so, we can observe the living update of VAE. That means the updates of representation or understanding of behavior in author. I conducted these experiments in 3 conditions. ALIFE2023 use imitation and mimicking paths together, and only imitation paths or only mimicking paths. And this is an installation view of our experiment. We did it in Japan Media Art Festival. So this is a public experiment. This is a result of experiment. The left side one is the initial condition of latent space, and these are the latent space after retraining for 5 times, so for each condition. So what is interesting in this result is when author use only imitation paths, author lost the ability of the symbolizing the motion. In initial condition, ALIFE2023 can detect 6 categories of motion, but after retraining 5 times, the category decrease only 3. So this is a development of latent space in condition of only imitation. The number of category is first is 6 and decrease gradually, and finally there's only 3 categories. But why does this happen? So there's a feedback loop by ALIFE2023 and human and VAE. VAE paths reduce the information about the joint angle, so the variation of motion decreased. When variation of motion decreased, humans start imitate authors. That is a mutual imitation. As a result, the variety of data point for retraining is decreased more. So through this process, ALIFE2023 lose the ability of symbolizing motion. Now, when ALIFE2023 use only mimicking paths, the change of latent space stay unstable. You can see this green category and disappear and appear repeatedly. So this is because ALIFE2023 do not have any feedback loop, because ALIFE2023 do not use the output of VAE. So the retraining dataset is completely depending on the human motion in previous phase. So this feedback loop is broken. And when ALIFE2023 use imitation paths and mimicking paths together, the development of latent space is still stable. So the number of the category is preserved on 5. So the balance of the diversity of the dataset is really important for keeping the ability of symbolized motion. In this case, by using both paths, imitation and mimicking, feedback loop is optimized by the keep the ability of imitation. So to check this hypothesis, we calculate the variance of motion of human and ALIFE2023. We use this 43 dimensional vectors. This is the just converted human key point to joint angle. And this is we use this one as motion of human. And we use the finally generated actuator value is used as motion of order. I think this one is the variance of human motion, and this is the variance of order's motion. You can see in only imitation parts, the both variance of human and order is lower than the other conditions, because we reduce the variation of motion and humans start to imitate order mutually. As a result, the both variance is decreased. This is the factor of the change of latent space. In addition, OT3 has the other parts named dream mode. This part generates a novel motion from memory using chaotic dynamics. I cannot explain the detail of this part because there is no time left. But when the accuracy of imitation is low, OT recalls the memory of past motion and performed it. When recalled, OT the chaotic noise here and stored memory again. So every time memory is recalled, it gets slightly changed. By this system, also can generate the action autonomy or autonomously, not only reproduce the motion of a human. So he has the inner generator of the motion. Yes. This figure shows that motion history compressed by UMAP. This is on a latent space. It's compressed for this three-dimensional vector into two-dimensional plane. This is like movement with same feature. Movement with same feature makes the cluster in this plot. On one of it is formed by the imitation and mimicking. The green one is the mimicking path, and the blue one is imitation path, and red one is the dream path. So this category is constructed by the dream path and imitation path, and this path is a mimicking path and imitation path. So from this cluster, we can maybe assume that OT3 create novel motion from symbolical understanding motion with dream mode. So maybe OT3 can get autonomy with chaotic dynamics and ability of symbolizing, because this category is different from the information from humans. Okay. And I almost done my presentation, but then what's going on at ALIFE conference in 2023 in Sapporo. So what we do in the entrance hall, we use a large language model to generate the motion of order. In the entrance, OT3 has 6 personalities, and they conversation each other and in order. Human also ask some question to each personalities. Following conversation, OT3 creates Python code by GPT and control his own body. And he can interact with human using body. By this architecture, OT3 generate behavior with open-endedness. The most interesting part of this project is what is the difference between autonomy of large language model and autonomy from dynamics of the chaos. So yeah, actually we do not know about anything about this question. So we collect the data there and we will publish some paper for next ALIFE conference. So please try our demonstration and talk with the author to help us to make new Android. Yes, thank you. This is end. And there is the QR code. You can get my paper and slide and author info. Yes, so I want I'm happy to hear your question and idea. Thank you so much.